The Banc National Park. This vast protected area, situated between the Atlantic Ocean and the Sahara Desert, stretches over 12,000 square kilometers along the Mauritanian coast. It is the largest and most diverse coastal wetland between Europe and tropical Africa. The Banc d'Arguin is home to the largest concentration of West African birds. Over 2 million resident or migratory birds find shelter and food in abundance in the area. The vast majority of species feed on the numerous invertebrates that can easily be found at low tide on the sandbanks and mudflats. Others benefit from the abundance of fish. The pristine seabed of the Banc d'Arguin acts as an ideal nursery for marine life. But animals are not the only ones to occupy this natural sanctuary. This hostile-looking strip of land has been inhabited for centuries by the Imraguen, who form a unique socio-cultural entity. While this desert country is essentially made up of nomadic pastoralists, the Imraguen live from fishing. On board traditional sailing boats called launches, they are the only fishermen allowed to fish within the park. This exclusivity was granted by the Mauritanian government at the instigation of Luc Hoffmann, founder of the MAVA Foundation. Witnessing the increasing pressure exerted by outside fishermen on the fish stocks, Luc Hoffmann founded in 1986 the Fondation Internationale de Banc d'Arguin.
Luc a créé la FIBA, la Fondation internationale du Banc d'Arguin, en étroite collaboration avec les autorités mauritaniennes, et à partir de là, il y a des initiatives qui sont d'appui à la gestion du parc en termes logistiques, formation de personnel, mise en place d'un dispositif de surveillance.
This maritime surveillance is one of the park's main missions. Only 114 Imraguen launches are allowed to sail on the water of the park, and speedboats are responsible for boarding any other illegal boat. The Banc d'Arguin is the largest marine area on the planet where motorboat fishing is prohibited. All these actions have made it possible to preserve the biodiversity of the Banc d'Arguin while also ensuring the future of the local communities whose fishing activities have a negligible impact on the environment.
Le parc national du Banc d'Arguin est site Ramsar depuis 1982. Ces missions donc sont strictement des missions de conservation et de développement des populations.
But despite the park's existence and the conservation activities in place, this region remains highly threatened by the increasing pressure of human activities. Local fishing is no longer a viable activity within the park. The growing demand for Central African and Asian trade has gradually led the Imraguen into a market-driven thinking. Over time, fishing practices have become less sustainable and have caused the disappearance of stingray and shark species, once very common. The knock-on effects on the entire ecosystem are difficult to predict, but could undermine the future of traditional fisheries. Having merged with FIBA in 2015, the MAVA Foundation has since continued to promote the natural and economic values of the Banc d'Arguin in order to preserve it. The foundation supported the creation of the Banc Trust Fund alongside the KfW Development Bank, the French Global Environmental Facility and the French Development Agency. Thanks to this fund, the Banc d'Arguin National Park benefits from a sustainable financing mechanism, allowing it to strengthen its conservation actions and support scientific monitoring of natural habitats and bird populations. There is an urgent need to focus on the park's primary objectives by strengthening maritime surveillance and ensuring strict enforcement of the fishing rules granted to the Imraguen. The funds invested by the MAVA Foundation in the Banc and the commitment of the Mauritanian state, the international cooperation, and UNESCO are essential to meet these challenges. They will ensure the future of this site of exceptional heritage and economic value on which people and nature depend.